Well, 2 Zero Hedge articles, 2 for the price of 1, because this is going to be a growing epidemic. Remember, we talked a little bit about New Jersey at one point, a couple, 2-3 years ago. Then it was Illinois. They don't have the money. They're holding back the lottery winnings because they don't have the freaking money. Remember that? I was covering that on my channel, Illinois. And people fleeing Illinois because the taxes, I'm a billionaire. You know, these people, I'm a billionaire or multi-millionaire. I'm not paying these high taxes. I'm leaving. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Puerto Rico. They're just leaving in droves. Well, this is an amazing story because all it took was one guy to leave New Jersey that had a lot of money to actually cause a noticeable problem in the budget. Now that's pretty flipping amazing. Courtesy of Sovereign Man, Simon Black, which I do get his emails too, but the other article I want to talk to you about is also on Zero Hedge, so we'll go with Zero Hedge. The state of New Jersey just signed its own death warrant. You would think New Jersey would have learned its lesson. Well, no. Why? Because I'm wearing one of Mark Dice's shirt. Here you go. Liberalism, find a cure, please. You put these liberals in charge, and this is what you get. Oh, don't worry. They'll step down in the end. They'll leave, going to move on, take my golden parachute, my nice package, pay package, pension, you know, all the goodies. And I'll leave it to some schmuck to take over and fix things. Except what he's going to have to fix is going to cost massive tax raises. Because we destroyed the thing on our way out, as liberals normally do. 2 years ago, New Jersey's richest resident, hedge fund billionaire David Tepper, decided to move himself and his business to Miami Beach. I'm going to Miami. Tepper, who personally earned more than $6 billion from 2012 to 2015, was tired of paying New Jersey's top income tax rate of 8.9% for the 20 years he lived there. In addition to the country's highest property taxes, the estate tax and inheritance tax. By moving to Florida, a state with, yes, that's correct, 0 income tax here, Tepper stood to save hundreds of millions of dollars each year. And as an added bonus, he'd be living in the Sunshine State. Anyone with some common sense would have at least acknowledged the possibility that a guy like Tepper would consider moving to save a few $100 million. But New Jersey, content on milking its ultra-wealthy for tax revenue, was caught completely by surprise. And Tepper's departure left an enormous hole in the budget. One man leaves and the whole budget is now got a problem. Hang on. Think about that. The departure of literally one person caused big problems for New Jersey's budget. And Tepper wasn't the only one leaving. According to the New Jersey Business and Industry Association, the state of New Jersey lost a whopping 2 million residents between 2005 and 2014, earning a combined $18 billion in net adjusted gross income, i.e., income that would have been taxed by the state. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to do a very short video, probably right after this one, about an interview that you need to watch. Everything this lady was told and shown back in 1980. She wrote a book on it now, like years ago. And we're entering an interesting time according to her timeline of events that she was given. Completely off topic here, but as I read this to you, states, income taxes, collecting tax, like, she covers a bit of this and how this ends in digital currencies coming around the year 2020. What? Digital currencies like crypto? What? Whole different video. Entirety is probably a 2-hour long video or more, a little slightly over that maybe. And it's in 3 parts. And I'm going to just share the link with you. And I've reached out to that woman, which I've been out. Let me go just in case I got a reply by chance to see, hey, can Snippy do an interview with you. Is that possible? I don't see a reply. Okay, because it was a little earlier. So, anyway, back on track here. You're going to want to watch this other video later. And you don't want to be like interrupted or on your phone. Like, sit down at your computer, or if you can watch it on your TV, spend the time, watch it, listen to the lady, listen to what she's saying. It's really interesting. I hope she reaches back out to me. Yes, Joe, I'll come on your show. Because she was on a ladies program that had like 4,000 or 5,000 viewers, subscribers. I got a tiny bit more than that. So I'm hoping, maybe if she goes and looks anyways, oh yeah, it's not just some jabroni on YouTube. Let me go on this guy's show. Can't wait. Hopefully that goes somewhere. And Sharon Michelle found it and gave it to me. So then I watched it and I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. She's like, I'm going to go buy the book on Amazon. The problem is there's 2 books she had. One is like 273 pages. The other one's 300 and something pages. One was in 2001. One was in 2004 or 5. But it's the same title and the same book. So I'm like, I asked her in the email between them, like, which one do I get if I want to buy your book? Why does one have 100 pages less than the other or so, So I'll see what she says. But hey, another story for another time, as in right after this video. So anyways, according to New Jersey Business and Industry Association, the state of New Jersey lost a whopping 2 million residents between 2004 and 2014, earning a combined $18 billion in net adjusted income, i.e. income that would have been taxed by the state. So it's not just the masters of the universe that are tired of paying sky-high taxes. It's also the regular wage earner and small business owner. Again, that sentence will mean something to you if you watch that lady's video. Seems like there might be a tax revolt coming to a country near you in the not too distant future, if you know what I'm saying, according to her. 60% of these folks went to Florida with a state income tax of 0. So the message from New Jersey's residents, well, now former residents, is pretty clear. Hey, taxes are too high. Now, what do you think New Jersey is going to do to solve this problem? Instead of making the state friendlier to productive people and businesses, New Jersey decided to raise taxes on the sad saps that remain within its borders. Well, at least for now. Guys, I use this example all the time. Remember the days of 05, 06, 07? People are walking from their houses, their townhouses, their condos. I can't pay, the market crashed on me. People are fleeing. And then those sad saps who stayed, oh, your HOA fee went up. Oh, the condo, whatever association fee went up. Well, I was paying $100 a month. Now it's $150. Now it's $200. Now it's $250. Some places it went up to $300. Whoa, I can't afford that. It was $100. You're charging me 3 times the amount now. Well, we have to make up for who's not here. We have to pay for all the stuff for the entire place. We have to cut all the grass. We have to handle all the pools in the facility, whether some people are here using them or not. And based on the number of residents we had stay, and or who decided to continue paying and didn't flee, we have and reserve the right to raise the money you owe us. And they did. And court stood by them. People try to fight it. Nope. HOA fee, sorry. So that's what government's doing. HOA fee, raising time. People are fleeing. The rest of you sad saps are going to pay for it. The rest of you who stayed in your condo, in this case, New Jersey. And again, my next article I'm fixing to get into in a second. California fleeing by the millions. Californians are. So New Jersey tax residents making more than $5 million will now pay 10.75% instead of 8.97%. And the corporate rate on business with more than $1 million in net income has increased from 9% to 11.5%. Proportionally, that's a potentially 27% increase in the amount of tax a business might pay. Well, it's only 9 to 11. Yeah, but right. But again, how much did it increase? 27% more. The tax hike will give Jersey the 4th highest marginal income tax rate on individuals and the 2nd highest corporate rate after Iowa. It's the exact opposite of what New Jersey should have done. Sadly, New Jersey is not only chasing away its citizens. In the 12 months ended July 1st, 2017, the state of New York, concrete jungles where dreams are made of, You mean where the people are fleeing, or the place where dreams are made of? Okay. There's nothing you can do. Oh, yes, there is. I can flee to another state. Anyways, the 12 months ending July 1st, 2017, the state of New York lost a net 190,508, or 190,000, roughly, whatever, residents, bringing the total loss to 1 million. Million people since 2010, which, by the way, they say is the largest of any state. And people are likewise fleeing the People's Republic of California and its top marginal tax rate of 13.3% in droves. Lots of them are landing in Texas, another state with no income tax. An average of 60,000 Californians left for Texas every year from 2011 to 2015. And here's old Snippy. Guys, those of you in California, get the hell out of there. Get out of there. They're gonna squeeze you to death. But Joe, my job, I can't. Did you see the video I showed of Dave, my buddy, with the freaking RVs lined up and down the streets? They're not even. They're six-figure salary people too. They can't even live in a house. Well, we got our income tax. Of course. There's the answer. Get, again, shirt. Liberalism, please find a cure, or this kind of crap happens until it implodes. And again, that video I'd like you to see talks a little bit about this. Let's go ahead and get into the Californians fleeing California article. California millionaires flee after tax hike. California lost an estimated 138 high-income individuals. Now, we saw what one of those did to New Jersey. One high-level income earner caused devastation to New Jersey by fleeing. 138 high-income individuals is what they lost due to the passage of the Proposition 30, a tax hike pushed by, you guessed it, liberal Governor Jerry Brown, Democrat, and approved by voters in 2012, according to new research from Stanford University and members of the California Franchise Tax Board. Wonder how they passed that. Well, approved by voters. How did the voters approve that? Were they lied to about it? They weren't tricked by some chance somehow, were they? They thought they were voting for something, or perhaps even the governor himself. We thought we were voting for, hope and change we can believe in here too, and got more of the same. Both ways. The measure raised taxes on the state's highest earners by 8%, increasing it 1 percentage point to 13.3%, leaving California top earners with the highest state income tax rate in the country. It also hiked the tax rate on income between $300,000 and $500,000 by 2%. Well, hope you guys are building more streets over there, because there's going to be some more RVs showing up here shortly. While raising the tax rate on income over $500,000 by 3%. Using California Franchise Tax Board data, the study, led by Charles Varner, Associate Director of the Stanford Center on Poverty and Inequality, examined taxpayers who were and were not affected by the Proposition 30 tax hike, and found that in the 2 years before the increase was imposed, 2011 and 2012, net in-migration for both groups was positive and roughly consistent. After the tax increases, however, net in-migration fell for households hit with tax increases of 0.5 or 0.5% or more, with the greatest reduction coming from households saddled with the highest effective tax rate. For the largest and most recent of these reforms, a 2012 voter-enacted tax increase, the largest top marginal tax rate increase by any U.S. state over the past 3 decades, we observe a statistically significant effect in the expected direction, says Varner. The 2012 tax increases affected roughly 312,000 people, resulting in approximately 0.4% leaving the state. Numerically, that's not a lot, but it's significant for several reasons, especially considering that an earlier 2004 tax increase had no negative effect on the millionaire population. The research is an update to an earlier study that found more millionaires actually moved to California following a 2004 tax hike of 1% on income over $1 million to fund mental health services. See how they put that? You guys are going to be doing a good deed. We need to raise taxes because we got problems with mental health. They need help. Oh, well, That's a noble cause. I'll go ahead and not cry too much about that. When in reality, maybe none of it goes there. Again, these politicians love to tell you something on TV. We're going to rebuild roads. We're going to put up more schools. We're going to hire more teachers. We're going to do that. And then they get in office. So I'm raising the tax from 12% to 13%. And then a broad spectrum is affected. And even if it's not a broad spectrum, it's the spectrum that has a whole hell of a lot of money that you've been taxing for a long time that said, I've had enough and I'm leaving. Just see the previous thing I said about the one man who left New Jersey. How the hell did that work out? Anyways, plenty enough here that I've given. There's a bit more to this article. I'll link both in case you want to read them on your own, obviously, and read them in full. Take care.